Hello, Waswere here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at another 1-99/120 skill guide, specifically crafting. Crafting can be a very expensive skill to train, so this coming out right before DXP might just be timed perfectly. As with all skill guides, let's get into the useful items section. Luckily, this one isn't too long. The crafting out gives 1% XP boost for each item of the outfit equipped, and there's 5 in total, and you get an additional 1% XP increase for those that wear the entire set, so that's a total of 6% XP boost. On top of that, you also have a 5% chance to save a piece of leather while crafting. Much like other skills, there is a portable associated with it, and it's very powerful. It not only gives a 10% XP boost, but a 10% chance to save clay or hide while crafting, and a 5% chance to save gems. This can be doubled by wielding a Brooch of the Gods to 20 and 10% respectively. The Crystal Chisel gives a 2% chance to get an extra gem when cutting gems. This does not work with Onyx or Hydrix gems, as that would be kind of broken. It has a total of 28 charges, but it can be repaired very easily in Prifddinas. The Scroll of Dexterity is a Dungeoneering unlock that costs 20,000 tokens. It requires 60 Dungeoneering and 60 crafting to buy. It gives a chance to save leather when crafting items that take 3 or more leather. The proc rate varies based on tier of leather, with the higher tier having a lower proc rate. So something like Green Dragonhide has a 25% chance, but something like Royal Dragonhide only has a 5% chance. The XP boosts worth talking about are Torstal Instant Sticks, which are 2% more base experience, Inspired Genius, which is a 118 Archaeology relic, the Clan Avatar, which can go from 3 to 6%. You get 3% just for being in a clan and attuning your avatar, but then by capping you can increase your fealty each week, and if you're at fealty 3, you end up with 6% XP. On top of that, there's Wise 4, which can give 4% more XP, capping out at 50,000 bonus experience per day. And last but not least, Stealing Creation gives you the ability to gain BXP in the skill. You can purchase Sacred Clay from the Traveling Merchant as well to convert that into bonus experience. This guide uses none of these for the XP calculation, so if you're using an avatar, take off 6% from the total cost and the GP per XP, and add 6% to the XP per hour. We're going to go method by method, and then at the end I'm going to put my critical path in how I would go to 99, starting off with Glassblowing. Glassblowing is extremely simple. All you do is stand at any bank and grab an inventory filled with molten glass, click on it, and make an inventory full of the item that you want to. The ones to look out here are the Fishbowl and the Unpowered Orb, both of which are either good profit or break even. The Fishbowl is high due to the fact that they are a tertiary ingredient in a summoning familiar, and the Unpowered Orb is high due to the battle staff crafting and its use for clear parts in Invention. It's also a great way to start out crafting, as a lot of the lower level methods are very expensive, so even though that it's like 10 to 20 GP per XP at the start, you're only gaining like 10 to 20,000 total experience, so its cost isn't as bad as it seems. For jewelry, I decided to only look at necklaces and bracelets, as they are the two most viable ones to craft. Because of the demand for porters, it is profitable to craft necklaces. Both the emerald and ruby necklaces are viable to make GP while training crafting. To craft, just take 28 gems to a furnace with a bunch of gold bars stored inside. To store gold bars inside your ore bank, you'll need to complete the Family Crest quest, which you're going to want to do anyway for some other XP gains and other skills, so make sure to get that quest done. If you don't have the quest done though, you can take 14 gems and 14 bars with you, but it'll lower your XP per hour as you're now doing half per trip. Artisan's Workshop is a convenient, easy bank to use, but making jewelry at Shiloh Village is slightly faster as the walk is 2 tiles shorter, so you save a tick or two each inventory. Next up we have urns, and I decided to only focus on the decorated urns because making non-decorated urns are not worth it at all. The XP per hour is very low for the level, but with that comes a lot of profit. This is also not including the Fire Urn spell, which can drastically increase your XP per hour. I made a guide on the Fire Urn spell, which can be found in the description. Making urns is straightforward. Stand near a crafter and use it to form and fire the urns you make. Each urn takes 2 soft clay. For leather crafting, we only looked at the bodies and shield, as anything below that was too low XP per hour to consider for a lost method. This is an expensive way to train the skill. Generally, the more you can craft in one item, the better it is. So even with the increased cost of shields, they are generally preferable over bodies. This is especially true when looking at the black bodies versus the black shields, as their GP per XP is almost identical, but the black shields are like 33% more XP per hour. To craft, you'll want some thread in your inventory and the rest filled with leather. A beast of burden like a pack-yak or mammoth can be used to craft more per bank, which therefore means more crafts per hour. stand by a portable crafter, and raking in the XP. And last, but certainly not least, we have gem cutting. This is the quickest way to train crafting as you can cut 1 gem per tick, but it also gets pretty costly near the top. The demand for porters has shot up the price of cut emeralds and diamonds to the point where they are cheaper than they used to be. To cut gems, load up an entire inventory of gems with your crystal chisel and cut the gems. You can place the uncut gem on your action bar, which will act as a keybind to cut, so therefore you can make the process easier and you don't need to click on the crafter every inventory. In terms of the critical path, we're going to be using molten gas all the way up to level 20 through beer glass, candle lantern, and oil lamps. And then we're going to go for cutting gems the rest of the way. We only really need to do sapphire and emerald, as right now emeralds are super cheap, and the time saved from going to emerald to diamond is probably not worth it for most people at this stage. But make sure to pay attention to the prices, because if emeralds or diamonds go down when porters are less used, we're going to end up with a situation where it's probably better to switch to diamonds once you hit 43 crafting. There were a lot of things that I didn't cover in this video, like battle staffs or low-level urns or low-level leather crafting. Just those things aren't really viable anymore in the current meta. They've just shifted to a point where you're better off just going through the gems, and because we can make so much money just by AFKing some random things that they aren't as sought after as they used to be back 5 or 6 years ago when I originally went for 99 crafting. Now it's time to switch gears and look at the 120 grind before I leave you. First of all, we have the Artificer's Measure, which requires 99 crafting to craft. It has an ability where every time the Scroll of Dexterity procs that you gain 0.5% XP boost, which stacks up to 5% total XP. Assuming you're crafting non-stop, you should be able to maintain the 5% boost, as in a 5-minute period you're going to be crafting about 150 items, so it's incredibly likely that it's going to proc even on the lowest rate for Royal Dragonhide. There are some other boosts associated with it, like 5% chance to double urns when crafting, and the fact that the Voice of Saren will always be on Ithil for harps, but those things aren't as important for going to 120 as a main account as this guide is intended for. As of right now, there would be 4 main methods to go to 120, 3 of which are gem cutting. The XP per hour goes up, but so does the cost, so find the one that suits you. Right now, I would probably choose emerald, maybe diamond. It's kind of in between the two, but I definitely wouldn't go up to Dragonstone. Black Dragon Leather looks unappealing right now, but that is probably due to the DXP prices. Black Dragon Shields are unlikely to crash because they are held up by alg price, while cut gems are held up by the products they make, most notably those emerald and diamond necklaces for porters. As the demand for porter drops, the cost of doing emerald and or diamond method will be much higher, while making Black Dragon Shields is pretty flat and won't change too much. So make sure to check to see if there are any major price changes and pick the method that is most viable to you. Really only do Dragonstones if you are a rich bastard. If you like the kind of content I'm creating, consider subscribing. If you have any questions or something I got wrong, leave a comment down below. I genuinely appreciate those that correct my mistakes. Not everyone's perfect, so I'm bound to make something wrong here or there. But past that, have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.